I'm going to go over 3 ways that you can find writers to write for your niche site. It's one of the most common questions I get. People don't have time to write. Maybe they don't think they write well, and maybe they just don't like writing. That actually is kind of describes me. I didn't like writing for a very long time, and I've gotten better at it, so I don't mind it as much. But here are 3 ways that you can find writers. By the way, my name is Doug Cunnington. I'm from Niche Site Project. If you're interested in getting a checklist and a little bit more information about each one of these items, go to nichesiteproject.com/3, enter your email address, and I'll send it directly to you. The first place that a lot of people don't even think about is Craigslist. So Craigslist obviously is a huge sort of classified ads online. I'm sure you've heard of Craigslist. And basically there are dozens and dozens and hundreds of different localities that you can target. And the great part with writing and working online is you don't have to be in the same town. So you actually have like a huge pool of writers that you could contact, and there are job boards. So it's just a matter of getting ads out there and testing them, and then you can see what works and what doesn't work. Now, I do have some sample job postings that I use for another source, but you could probably use them as a starting point. Now, I will get to that other source in a second. It's called Upwork. And Upwork is an online marketplace for contractors and freelancers to work with clients. And basically you can get just about any type of remote work done. And I'm sure you could probably hire local people as well if you were looking at having someone work directly with you. The cool part with Upwork is you do have a lot of protection as a client or as a freelancer working there. So if something doesn't work out for some reason, if someone misrepresents themselves, maybe they're not qualified to do certain work and they misrepresent themselves, you do have protection working with Upwork. It is a little bit more expensive to use Upwork because there is overhead and cost associated with that protection. And for me, it's totally worth it. I hire all of my writers from Upwork and it works out great for me. That is what I recommend for most people, since it is sort of a protected environment, right? It's a place where you can hire people. You know that you can rely on the ecosystem of Upwork to help everything run smoothly. And quick note, because I get asked all the time, I pay about $15 to $16 roughly for 1,000 words of content on Upwork. I know a lot of people will debate with me. They'll tell me, you're paying way too much. I only pay $10 for that. And then other people tell me that I am underpaying and they pay $25 to $30. So it works for me. So that $15 plus or minus $1 or $2, that is kind of the sweet spot. I'm not sure why it works out well for me, but it does. So your mileage may vary, but that is a good starting point. The third place that you could hire writers for your niche site is a service. So there are several basically done for you type services where you create a profile, you log on, and you provide the marketplace with the keyword, and then in a day or two you'll get your article back. You can select the quality of the writing, the experience of the writers, and that does impact the cost. Now, I don't like these services. Some of them, for example, are iWriter and TextBroker. So I've used TextBroker before quite a lot in the past, and I found the quality to be pretty poor. I believe if you pay for the higher end writers, the more expensive options, it could be pretty good, but I found it to be way more expensive than a comparable writer on Upwork. So I stopped working with TextBroker. Now, we'll give a bonus it's related, it's another service, but there are niche site related content services. Now, I'm an affiliate for a couple of them. One of them is Human Proof Designs. They have a ton of services. They do have content. They handle everything for you, more or less. You give them keywords and then they'll grab images, they'll upload it to Upwork, they'll format it how you want, all that kind of stuff. Another service is by brand builders, and they actually, I think that area is called Content Refined, but again, they do a fantastic job and it is a 100% done for you situation. So those are some services that are specific for niche site content, and those tend to be higher quality in my opinion, and they understand the needs of like niche site owners like us, where text broker and iWriter, it's just sort of a factory of writing, and they have a bunch of writers that, you know, they're probably underpaying a little bit, and they're burying the cost in the overall service fee. That's my belief why the quality is a lot lower on text broker and iWriter, unless you're paying like a huge amount for each word. So those are the 3 ways that you can get content, and I'll just quickly recap. So you can go to Craigslist. Maybe you can get great bargains because you're dealing directly with individuals. Upwork, that's what I use. And it's a little more expensive, but you do have a good amount of protection through Upwork. And for me, it's just an easy interface. I've been using Upwork for years. And then the third option is services. So you can go to a bigger company like Textbroker, iWriter, where you may have to pay a lot to get good quality, or you can go to a smaller service like Content Refined or Human Proof Designs and get custom niche site content where they really do understand the needs of a niche site owner and the kind of content that you want. Again, I'm Doug Cunnington from Niche Site Project, and if you want a checklist, a list of these items plus a little bit more detail, go to nichesiteproject.com/3, enter your email address, and I'll send it to you. Thanks.